The following video contains language that may be inappropriate for young viewers. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. Welcome to Behind the Bars, where we bring the unseen and the unheard stories from the depths of the prison system to the forefront. I'm your host, Jason Boss, and together we'll explore the madness, the chaos, and the harsh realities hidden behind the steel doors of prisons worldwide. From the local jailhouse to death row across the world, we'll show you the isolation, the seclusion, and the decades spent enduring unimaginable conditions. These are the stories of survival, struggle, and humanity in places most of us will never see. We're here to shine a light on what society often forgets, the voices of the incarcerated. Each story is real, each voice is authentic, and every moment reveals the raw, unfiltered truth of life behind the bars. Join me for a journey like no other, a journey into the darkness, the truth, and the resilience of the human spirit. This is Behind the Bars, real life, real stories. Welcome to Behind the Bars. I'm your host, Jason Boss, and today we're stepping into the Wild West, modern day Tombstone, Arizona, where the legends of outlaws and shootouts are still alive in unexpected ways. This isn't a movie. It's the real-life story of Barry Chappel. Barry is serving a natural life sentence in prison for a shootout straight out of the Old West, fueled by a dangerous cocktail of methamphetamine, drugs, and a delusion. Barry's story is one of a gunfight over a woman, a deadly showdown with Leroy that left Leroy dead and Barry behind bars for life. But Barry's story is more than just a shootout. It's a look into the mind of a man consumed by a lifestyle that led him to make a fateful choice. A choice that changed his life forever. Barry Chappel may have been sentenced to life, but today he's sharing his story with Behind the Bars. From Tombstone, Arizona to a lifetime in prison, this is his tale of regret, survival, and reflection. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Barry Chappel, and these are his stories.
Yeah, I'm glad you want to know about the supernatural part, because that was my whole purpose of writing the book, is to warn people about spiritualism.
Oh yeah, no, that's probably going to be one of my more favorite parts. I've always been exposing the cult, and there's all sorts of
people think it's not real.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely real. It's from the days of Solomon and beyond. Nimrod, Solomon cast a whole bunch of spells. We got done translating the Book of Solomon, and the very first thing in the Book of Solomon was a pentagram. And so I felt real sketchy about putting this thing out, because there's a bunch of names of these demons and things that he was controlling. And, he actually literally says words in these spells, and I don't know if they're actually real or not. But
did you find out? Of course, you know the Story of Solomon.
Yeah. He's a warlock.
Hexagram.
Yeah, homeboy's a warlock.
Yeah, he was actually summoning demons.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what he did.
Like I think Pharaoh's daughter taught him a lot that he shouldn't have known. Yeah.
The Cleopatra?
Well, I don't know her name. I just know he married a Pharaoh's daughter, because he made
Dude, homeboy married like 400 women and stuff. I mean, homeboy had like stables of concubines.
Counting the concubines, he had right at 1,000.
Yeah, I mean, to do it, homeboy like was collecting the wrong things. But I mean, people always.
No wonder his mind was gone.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's completely possessed by demons. And that's the thing, is he tried to control all those demons, and at the end, of the book, it talks about how one of his wives got him to actually crush some live locusts up in his hand as a sacrifice to Baal. And that second, Yah broke his, the power, and like all the demons turned on him, and he became like a laughing force of the stock. All of the demons he had under control, they're like free. And, people don't get it, man. They have stuff like genie in a bottle, and they say this, they don't realize is we're talking jinns, and we're talking like, that's one of the things that Solomon did, is he caught one of these demons in a bottle. He put a ring around the top of the bottle. He caught the demon in it through these magical rings he had.
No, a jinn's what they call a ghost or a demon.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, these things are real, man. They're all throughout scriptures, always taken off of people. I totally think that, at some point, in some level, they're trying to take all of us, and it's not too hard to get swayed away from the way forward. And
well, see, after my dad died in 2004, see, I had a big part in putting my dad down, you know. Mm-hmm. And the hospice nurse pretty much took him out of this world. Mm. And I went to, I don't know if you ever heard of this, I think called John Edwards out of New York, had crossing over show back in around 2002, 2001. It was on Sci-Fi Channel. But he was a playing psychic. My wife actually got a reading from him one time that was supposedly from my dad. So after that, I started getting into, I've been in the paranormal all my life, but I started getting serious. I started buying the equipment, you know, doing the ghost hunts in Mississippi. And how we ended up out here is because I come out here to the birdcage to do an investigation. I did 3 nights in the birdcage there in March 2011, which that opened no more doors. We wound up moving back out here because of her health a few months later. And it just went, it was like a little spark set the whole forest on fire. Weird and crazy real quick.
Were you using pentagrams and blood to do all this?
For casting spells?
Mm-hmm. For just dealing with this occult stuff.
Well, that's how I learned back in the 70s. Whenever you get a spell, you wrote the spell, and of course, you have to have the different colored candles for the kind of spell you do.
You have to have a different what?
Colored candles. Let's say I'm doing a love spell, you have red usually. Or really bad spell, give you black candles. So Wiccans, they use white candles and stuff like that, supposedly. There's no such thing as good white wick. Yeah.
Have you ever sacrificed a cat?
No, I never sacrificed anything. I used my own blood.
Interesting.
Of course, when you slam drugs for decades, draw a little blood, it's nothing.
Was it no thing?
Right.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, wild.
You know, it's so much supernatural stuff happened to me the last, let's say, 7 years of my free life that people, that's what I'm saying, I was writing a book about this. My wife had already talked to a publisher that was going to see the manuscripts, and I was trying to get, 600 or 800 pages so they could cut it down to a book size, Like I said, after this was tearing me apart 2018, and one night I just gave out the Father. I actually felt my spirit leave my body. I'd never felt that before. And it changed. And I've been in the Word for the last 6 years. I was hardcore in the Christian side of it for a year and a half. And the Father started bringing me out of Christianity into the way, following the Messianic way.
Who came through on that side? Who was your mentor? Or did you start reading the Bible, the Scriptures?
Well, I've been a Christian since I was a young boy, but whenever I was studying it myself in prison, from 2018 to 2019, then I started studying with Philadelphia Church of God doing their Bible studies. Then what opened the door for me to learn was I started observing Sabbath. Once you start coming out of Christianity, which is they observe the Sunday Sabbath, which is not true Sabbath. Once I started doing the Sabbath, like Philadelphia Church of God, it was like they called me one day and they said, "Look, we want you to go to work in the library as a clerk." I said, "I didn't put in for a job." "Well, they want you to be the clerk." Well, I'm going through books up there, and I find this book called Publish the Name of Yahuwah. You familiar with that book, right? Yeah. That book, I started reading that. I said, "Wow, this is some good stuff." A few months down the road, I was going, "Hey, nobody knows this but me and this whole prison doctor." Basically, I said, "Father, I need to know if I'm going down a crazy trail or this is where you want me to help." I had a guy who was in the cell next door to me. He said, "Oh, I think you put all the all these names and stuff. And I'm a follower of the way too. That's when he gave me the address of this old man, Wayne Smith, who lived in Portland, Oregon. He was in his 90s then. He's already passed away. I think last year because I haven't heard from him. He started sending me stuff. He was called the Assembly of Yahuwah Is. And that's where I've been getting all the material. That stuff I sent you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of that come from him.
Mm. How did we find each other again? How did you find me? Or I find you?
I got a bunch of books from Todd Bennett.
Oh, right. Yeah, I do.
And his staff, actually sent your address to Delaware, I think.
Yeah.
That's how his staff put me in touch with you.
Excellent. Yeah, Todd's a good.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. Shema Yisrael is a great organization. Todd's a great guy. He's an amazing guy. All right, my brother. Before they hang up, I want to tell you much love and thank you very much. I'll hit you up on email.